movie is about two young scientists who have developed new life forms by splicing animal DNA together. They're trying to create these proteins and supergenes and things like that. And they have a couple science experiments that they're working on, and unbeknownst to the scientific community, including the community who works with them, they have successfully spliced human DNA with animal DNA to create this whole new life form. They're trying to kind of keep it a secret and keep everything under wraps, and because it's become such a personal thing for them, they start to build a relationship with the creature as sort of a mother and father parental sort of relationship with the creature. And Vincenzo and Natali opens up a lot of strange doors, and a lot of interesting character choices go from there. And this is one of the sickest and twisted movies that I've seen in a while, and I enjoyed every minute of it. With the exception of the last 15 minutes where it just turns into Chase in the Woods horror movie. And I thought that it was a little dumbed down compared to what we've already been seeing throughout the whole movie. I think this is one of the biggest surprises of the year and one of my favorite movies of the year so far. I gave it a B+. A
B+?
A B+.
So we know what you're into. No, I'm actually a big fan of Adrien Brody. I caught the experiment with him, and after that I was like, booyah. So, although I thought it was his brother. I think I remember telling you that.
Yeah, you thought
it was his brother the whole time. I don't know why. But no, this movie was very interesting. I'm not really sure. I don't even remember the previews for it anymore, but I'm pretty sure they sold a different movie.
Yeah, they sold it as and one of the reasons I liked it so much is they were selling it as kind of a Dr. Moreau type movie where it was kind of vague, I suppose.
Vague, but yeah. So I really enjoyed the relationships that the scientist Adrien Brody and his wife made with the creature. I mean, it was like they were talking about having kids because they're married, and all of a sudden they're like, no, let's just make one.
Well, she is unable to have children, and that plays a large part into the relationship that builds between them. But yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Let's see. Other than Adrien Brody's character really skeeved me out. I mean, he starts out really awesome, and then you're just like, what? And it's just... The plot twist of Adrien Brody's character is almost too much, in my opinion. Almost. I gave this one a C+. While it had a lot of interesting things about it, as an overall movie, I wasn't as interested in it. I was a little bored for a sci-fi pseudo-thriller, I guess.
It was sci-fi horror.
Yeah, sci-fi horror. I mean, I don't know. I think I was expecting more suspense or something. It just kind of became a bizarre family movie.
And that's the reason why I love it, is that I'm a big fan of sci-fi and a big fan of horror movies in particular. And the king of sci-fi horror, in my opinion, besides the classics from the 60s and 50s, is David Cronenberg, the director of The Fly and Videodrome and Naked Lunch and so on and so forth. And this movie, Vincenzo Natali is also a Canadian director, is the best David Cronenberg movie that was not directed by David Cronenberg. I think there's a lot of, there's the whole psychosexual nature of the movie, there's the whole family drama that's taking place. There's, it's all about body horror, and the reason why you're repulsed by the movie isn't because there's these boo moments and shock moments and things like that up until that last 15 minutes. It's because you're disgusted at the character. You're disgusted by what you're seeing because it relates to you in a specific weird way. You have to put yourself in that thing, and that I think that's the aspect of the movie I like, is that it's breaking genre. It's not just sticking with the formula. It's trying to push new ground. And I know this isn't for everybody, and most people out there are not going to like this movie. But I was really looking forward to when it gets to come out, just so I could hear people come into the store and say, what the hell was that? And when a movie gets that kind of reaction, that's when I'm interested.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been getting that reaction too. So for those of you who are squeamish, I would avoid this film a little bit.
Yeah.
But for those of you who like to see crazy cool things, definitely recommend it. All right, so our next one is the...